Had another rough conversation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen. Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. Yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel, so you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real. Yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Yeah, let 'em in. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Let 'em in. Had another rough conversation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen. Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. Yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel, so you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real. Yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared.
for viewing the UTB podcast. If you would like to sponsor this great podcast, send an email to unpackingthebaggagepodcastlr@gmail.com. Again, unpackingthebaggagepodcastlr@gmail.com. We would also like you to follow us on all social media. On Facebook and TikTok, go to UTB Podcast. On Instagram, go to B Level ENT. And if you would like to watch any of our episodes, go to YouTube at UTB Podcast. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification button so you will be notified when we have new content. We appreciate you for watching and enjoy the show.
All right, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Let me turn this off. Let me pause this. Tristan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Wrong way. All right. All right, I'm having some technical difficulties, Tristan, but I'm getting it together. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You say you can? Oh,
Yeah, I
okay. All
can.
right. I'm having some technical difficulties right before we start, but we got it in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't need this microphone. Welcome, welcome, welcome on a Monday evening. We normally don't come in on Monday, but we are doing a special edition of the UTB podcast. This is episode 80, and tonight we're going to cover the recap of the Hair Invasion 2025 that happened yesterday. We're going to do that. We're also going to have some updates to my niece, Jade Love. Her situation, I actually got to talk to the detective that was handling her case. So I'm going to bring you up to speed on that. And then we're also going to talk about, I got some controversial things, Tristan, that I said on Facebook that we're going to get into. All right. A lot of women was going after me. They was, I don't know, I pissed some women off. All right. And so we're going to
You stay pissing somebody off.
So we're going to talk about those three things. The first thing I want to do is we already talked about the sponsors. I wanted to bring Tamala McElroy on, and y'all got to bear with me because I am not going. Normally, I don't have my microphones, but I am going to call Tam, and hopefully, I can get her to talk with us, and hopefully, you'll. Can you hear that, Tristan?
Yes, I can. And while he's doing that, y'all, please share, share, share. Please share this. I know the BET Wars is coming on, but please try to tune in back and forth. Please share, share. Hey, Marcella. I can only see some of the comments because I'm on my
All right,
phone. I'm not
let
on
me
the
see if we can bring
laptop.
some of these comments. Oh, Marcella. So listen, I need yeah, she's the only
Yes,
one that said good evening. Everybody else, they tripping. I got a lot of people on the live. We've got 35 people on the live, but a lot of people
they
no,
watching the BET
I
Wars
guess
and
so.
us at the
So they're
same
not
time.
typing with us and talking with us. But we do have people on the live, okay? Now I do have Tam. Tam, are you there?
I am here, and excuse my voice, y'all.
Hey, Tim. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show.
Well,
Wonderful.
thank you. We were blessed.
You have outdid yourself. Hey Dana. Hey Dana
Okay.
Smallwood.
So listen, yeah,
Hey
shout out to
Ramona.
Dana
Good
too.
evening.
Listen, Dana had her crew in there.
Dana did her thing.
Got engaged
Immaculate
last
hair.
night.
Yes, congratulations to Dana Smallwood. She's getting married now,
Congrats.
is what they say. She's getting married.
I's married now.
On yesterday.
Yes, yes. So congratulations to Dana. Okay. My guy Rodney Lloyd is on here. Rodney and Tam. Hooray. Rodney, y'all put on a hell of a show. Now, Tam, I need to bring these people up speed for the people that have never attended. I see you, Drika. The people that have never attended a hair show. First of all, I know you and Rodney Lloyd came up with this concept 26 years ago. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And
That's
so just let people know in a nutshell what is a hair show? I mean, what is a hair show?
To be honest with you, beloved, it's actually a community event. We all know that our beauty shops and our barber shops or beauty salons and barber shops are the cornerstones of our community. It's the meeting place. It's the therapy session. It's it's the fashion hub. Everything, circumvents around the beauty and the barber shop. And so having said that, when I don't know put it like this. The longest hair show that I ever know that was running was Bonner Brothers, and it started back in 1947.
Okay.
And since then, shows, people have gotten into the art of that, and they go because they want to see fashion. They want to see it's more than just about hair.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see their favorite hairstylist, which which to a lot of people, some people's favorite hairstylists are really like local celebrities. They want to, see the latest hair trends and just have a night that's carved for us. Something, that's in our community. So that's kind of like the vibe of it, because a lot of people used to think back in the day when we first started doing it that nobody could really come except for people that were barbers or stylists.
Right.
But it's actually a community-based event.
Now, so your hair show is competing in how many categories?
We vary year to year, and that's another beautiful thing. Blueprint of this show is never the same. But this particular year, we had a natural competition. We had 2 barbering competitions, which was a classic category and a graphic design category. And then we have, as far as the battles, we have a stylist battle, which is a winner take all this year. A winner take all. The winner took all the money. And then we also have a showcase.
Okay.
The showcase is for people that may not necessarily want to compete, but they want to have a platform to show their artistry.
Okay.
And then we have our battles, and those battles, they go for it, baby.
So the showcases is just to showcase their skills, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
There's no winner. There's no loser or winner in that.
Yeah.
What?
And guess what? There's no loser. And Trish can tell you this. I think anybody that gets on our stage never loses. I never say there's a loser. First of all, because most of the acts are handpicked or invited.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you already win. Then we always do a hell of a job promoting them leading up to the show. We take them to the TV stations. We promote them on a daily basis through social media platforms. I mean, our goal is to make sure that a lot more people know you and what you're about after this show than they did before the show. So it's never to us. It's never a loser.
So then you actually put some music. You actually hire a DJ. Tam, I heard you had a hell of a damn MC. I don't know who the fuck that guy was, but somebody said that guy was the bomb.
I don't know who he was either. I heard his name was B-Level.
Man, they said that guy was cracking. They say he was cracking, Tam. Whoever that guy is, make sure you sign him to a multiple year deal. Sign that MC to a multiple year deal, okay, Tam?
Okay. I got it. Well, first of all, this ain't your first rodeo with us. You've done this show with us.
It ain't her first rodeo.
Tam, I think I've been MCing your hair show for how long? 10, 15?
We'll have runs. Like back in the day, you did it a few years consecutively. Then you came back and did it once or twice, and now, you about on your second. We going on our third year consecutively.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So you have you family. You know the ropes when it comes to this.
All right. So tell me, because a lot of people are confused. They think, Tam, as it relates to the stylist battle, they think that the only thing that they're judged on is what they see. Talk about there's some prejudging, and people might think that person didn't win because their performance was better than. So talk about how y'all judge these stylists.
Yeah, the judging is a serious thing. And we tried to be as thorough as possible. So you did mention something. You mentioned prejudging. What people don't understand is 75% of the show for the stylist battlers, 75% of the show is already judged before they even hit the stage.
Wow. Okay. Say that again, Tam, for the people that ain't listening now.
75% of the competition, of the stylist battle competition, 75% of that category is already judged before they even hit the stage.
So Tam, are you trying to tell me that performance that people see only makes up 25% of their score?
Yeah. And really not even that. We'll put it like this. You really only get 10 points, up to 1 to 10 points for that. You get 1 to 25 points for the other 4 categories that we have. 1 to 25 points. And then you only get 1 to 10 points for your So what that means is that you can have the coldest presentation in the world. But if your hair is not up to par, or if it's subpar to some of the other competitors, the audience, it'll look like a certain person won.
Mm-hmm.
Because the audience is not there in prejudging. The audience is not, in the weeds of the hair. The audience is not, putting the hair up under a microscope. You know what I'm saying? The audience is not doing that. So a lot of times we've had people that have won, and the audience, the eyebrow go up a little bit because that particular presentation was just more entertaining to them.
Right. So if you were there last night and you thought so-and-so shouldn't have won because they had the dopest performance, they were prejudged, and a lot of their prejudging has to do with, if you part the hair right, if you did this right, if you did this.
Well, just get a bit, how was your color story? What was your, how precise was your cut? Your transition. You know what I'm saying? They have to do a transition on stage. That. But interesting enough, last night, because let me say this too. I don't be anywhere around the judging. Trishan will tell you that. Trishan has been a part of the competition several times. I don't go in the judging room. I don't be around the judging table. I don't do any of that. You know what I'm saying? I choose my judges, which last night were Ricky Cole, which actually, all of my judges are very qualified to judge. People know that Ricky Cole is a Bonner Brother champion. Adrian Tabb has been a champion competition stylist for years, and an educator. We always like to bring someone in from out of town to levy. Somebody don't know any of the stylists. It's just strictly, just no familiarity. You know what I'm saying? At all. So we always bring a judge in from out of town. Actually, we had 2 in from out of town last night. And Miss Jade Renee out of Hope, Arkansas. Dee is out of Oklahoma City. And so Jade Renee has a wealth of knowledge. She's been in the industry probably for 50 plus years. And she's also a platform educator. I'm pretty sure back in the day she did some shows and stuff like that too. So they go in and they determine a particular diagnosis on all the categories that we have, which they have to have a model that has no weave in the hair, no augmentation, none at all. So a real hair model. So we're giving all this money away. We want to make sure it's somebody that can do some real hair for real. Okay.
And so last but not least, because I am going to talk to Ashton Moss. I'm going to talk to him right out. He won the stylist competition last night, so we're going to get into and talk with him. But last but not least, Tam, who are you shouting out? Who do you need to thank before you go for helping you putting this successful hair show on?
But before I finish, let me finish this.
Okay.
You really need to know that the 4 categories is a real hair model.
Okay.
A theme.
Okay.
Fantasy model.
Okay.
A transformation model.
Okay.
And what's the last trend? So those are the 4 things that they have to complete. And as far as who I want to shout out, there's so many people. First of all, I want to shout out, my business partner, Rodney Lloyd, because people don't understand how difficult. Me and Rodney be about to kill each other going into this show. It'd be that damn stressful. Do you hear me?
And I've witnessed some of those, Tam. I have witnessed some of those.
So we can make it through the show. We have to thank it because people don't know what goes in months and months of preparation. So all the people that I have to call on, my guy that does all my graphic work, Rail, out of Mississippi, all those fly posters and flyers that you see and stuff, he helps me to create that. I have to thank the participants, of course, which I'm going to take a little bit. We had over 100 people participate, so of course I can't shoot them all.
All the participants.
But I have to thank them because without them, there is no show. Of course, my family that comes in and they do all the food, and that's a whole big old job in itself. Of course, you B-level, you work with me. You rock that thing. You keep it hype. All of that, and that's fundamental to the show is having a good MC. That has to be a fundamental thing. Ricky Cole, my judges,
the Timmons family.
Adrian. And of course, my special presentation person, Trishan Hobbs, because people don't understand, it requires a lot. You know what I'm saying? For people to come
Thank
in and
you.
make a special presentation and it be fire, you know what I'm saying? And they're not being compensated for this, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
We are going to play
really
Tristan's.
thank them.
We're gonna play Tristan's. I'm calling him Prince. All right. His
Mhm.
new name is Prince. It's not Tristan no more.
Okay. All right.
Prince.
I concur. I
Yeah, it's
concur.
funny.
So
But it's so many to thank. Of course, my winners. I mean, like I said, I'm going to make a long post about it because, like I said, it's too many people. But all the participants, shout out to the winners. I have to do that, which was Ashton Moss, who won the stylist battle. He came all the way from Georgia. Okay. I have to shoot out Jade Monroe out of El Dorado that won the natural battle. My barbers that won were Boom Boom out of, I want to say Magnolia, Camden area. And then Faye Master Key won the graphic design. So if I just had to just say something, that come to my mind, those are the people that I just have to off the top of my mind. But there are many, many more.
Yeah.
Many more.
I know it. I know it.
Your name,
I know
charge
it.
to my head and not to my heart, but I'm gonna get around to you.
Yeah, and 3 more I'm gonna add to you: DJ Worm, the Timmons family, the Heat magazine, Z. Whoa, my goodness, Z. Lord Jesus.
Z without Z, my God.
Yes. All right, Tam. I'm gonna let you get some rest, and I'm gonna visit with Ashton, your winner. Okay. If I say something that you need to clear up, call us back. All right. Bye-bye. All right. Let's bring in the winner from yesterday. I'm gonna go ahead and bring him into this live.
I thought you was gonna
I'm
play
gonna
my
play it.
video.
Just chill out, Tristan. You part of the podcast. I'm gonna get to the guests. Me and you are coming up last, baby. We're gonna close this thing out.
So, you should have
I
said you
am
was
gonna
gonna
play
play
it.
it.
I got it, but I gotta take care of the guests first.
You should have waited until you said you was gonna
Lord
play it.
Jesus. Well, welcome to the podcast, Ashton Moss. How you doing, brother?
Hey,
Hey Ashton.
So,
Hey friend.
Ashton. So, Ashton, first of all, congratulations from being the Hair Invasion 2025 Stylist Battle winner. Tell them where are you from, Ashton?
thank you so much. I am from Georgia. I currently live in Warner Robins, Georgia now.
Okay. Okay. And then the next question is, how long have you been competing in hair shows?
I have been competing in hair shows ever since 2014.
Okay, so
I,
about 11 years.
about 11 years.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Is this the first hair show that you have won?
No, sir. I
Tell me
actually
that.
have about, this will be trophy number 15
Damn. So you a vet. 15 and 9 in what is it, 11 years? You said
in 11
24.
years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let me see. So tell the people what goes into your prepping. Well, you know what? Before you do that, let me play your performance, right? I want to do that first. And then I want to come back and then I wanted you to tell them what went into your prepping for this performance. Here it is right here.
Eyes glowing like a nuclear head defying gravity, logic, monologues louder than your regrets, sudden inexplicable outfit changes mid-confrontation. Same thing that day. To neutralize the subject's powers, you must tame the hair, brush it for the sky. In extreme cases, unleash your full limbs. No hair is no powers. You want peace? Pick up a flat iron. Do not repeat, do not approach without the licensed stylist on site. That quick ponytail fix. Yeah, try it. See what happens. You'll be able to do 4 seconds. Report every incident to DSHE, Department of Superhuman Hair Emergencies. Don't be a hero. Don't be an idiot. And for the love of sanity, put the hairspray down. You've been warned. Commander! Come in, Commander! What's going on here? Sir, Experiment X has escaped. Experiment X. Everybody take cover. Lock it down. Now! Sir, they breached all the systems. Those two cannot escape. Do you copy? Yes, sir. General? General!
So that was a really, really long. You still had another 2 minutes. You guys get 5 minutes. Tell us the concept of your performance.
Okay, so when I originally decided to do the show, my first thing was, what theme am I going to do? What am I going to go with? So how I came up with my particular theme, I wanted to do something that was different. So I watch a lot of movies dealing with science, like Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde, Twilight Zone, all that good stuff. So I wanted to create four female mutants. Like, it was this chemical that had been released called Chemical X. It had turned these women to mutants and had gave them extreme superpowers. And the only way
Right.
you could calm their superpowers down was to tame their hair.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So I was kind of like a Professor X type thing. I had to get these girls under control because their hair was causing them to act crazy.
Okay. All right. So so basically you take a theme, an ideal, you bring it to theater basically. You involve some hair, and that's how you come up with a concept.
Yes, that's how I start. And then my girls, shout out to Jasmine, shout out to Taylor. When I got with them, they said, okay, well, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna need X, Y, and Z. These are the props we're gonna need. That's where
Okay.
you see the cryogenic chambers and the smoke and all that good stuff. This is how we're gonna have to execute this, that. And then came the music. And so
Okay.
once I figured out my music, I put it to my DJ. Shout out to Princess. And she puts together and mixes my music. We've been working together for so many years. She kind of gets my concept. And
Good.
next was the hair. So, like Miss Tam said, it was four categories. So that was the most major thing I think this time with the categories. You know, this show was being judged predominantly on hair.
Okay.
So I knew I had to bring it with hair. Normally, when I do a show with performances, I always have dancers. My dancers actually could not come to the show.
Okay.
But Miss Tam told me the powerful thing. She said, "You are enough. Without any dancers, you need to bring hair to this show." So
Okay.
when it
How
came to every
long?
category,
How I'm
what
sorry
was
to interrupt you. Go ahead and finish your thought. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
when it came to this show, I made sure, like, I really took time to put thought into each level of the hairstyles.
And so that was going to be my next question. How long did y'all practice for this show?
My models and we actually, it did not take us long to practice because I had some amazing, amazing models. I gave them the theme and the concept, and I sent them the music so they could familiarize themselves with it and work on it. But when I gave them their parts, I told them to own your part, study your part, own your part, you know, and they did just that. When it came to hair, my process of hair, it took me about 3 weeks to really like solidify what I wanted to do with their hair because, like I said, I was in deep thought about it. So when it came to like real hair, I wanted to go against the grain. Not only did I want to do a bob cut, but when I came with color, I wanted to do something that a lot of black stylists were afraid to do, and that's color hair. So
Okay.
when I did the blonde, I wanted to show people blonde hair can be healthy. When we did my model's hair blonde, she lost no hair. When the judges felt her hair, it was still soft, it was still healthy. So that was my main goal with that. When it came to uh trend, I want to do something, that was against the grain. I want to do something. That's how I came up with hologram hair color. That's where you seen the different hair colors in the curls.
Okay.
When it came to theme, that's when I put the robot on her head because I'm like, if I'm dealing with these mutants, I need this type of robot thing. Since I'm in the lab creating, this robot thing would be cool on her head. And when it came to transformation, I knew I wanted to do a dope haircut on stage, but I knew I wanted a bunch of colors to be in that haircut to accent it, so it wouldn't just look like a typical haircut.
Cool, cool. Well, man, hats off to you. Did all of your models travel out of town with you into Arkansas?
Yes, they did. And I'm very thankful for them. They came from Atlanta and they came from Memphis, Tennessee.
Well,
Um, so yeah,
well,
they came from
congrat-
Atlanta, Memphis, Tennessee.
Congratulations, congratulations. Let them
Congratulations,
know.
Ashton. You did your
Thank
thing.
you.
Yeah, let them know how they can follow your movement. What's your social media handles? How they can follow any other hair shows that you're going to be involved in.
Okay, so you guys can follow me on social media. My Facebook is Ashton Moss, and my Instagram is The Hair Homicide. TheHairHomicide.
Well, again, Ashton, congratulations for winning the Hair Invasion 2025. And we look forward to just following you. And hopefully you'll come back next year and compete again.
Most definitely, I thank you guys for having me. I always feel at home when I'm in Little Rock, so I thank y'all for having me and just hosting me and just making me feel like I'm at home.
All right. Well, you get back to
You're
Georgia.
so.
You get back to Georgia safe, man.
Yes, sir.
You made it, yet?
So I'm in Villa Rica now.
You made
We're
it back
visiting my
home?
sister, but after that we're heading on home. So we got about two
Okay.
more hours to go.
All right. Well,
Okay,
you have
cool.
a
You
safe
made it.
trip.
You already there. Safe
Right.
travels.
Yes, thank y'all so
And
much.
congratulations again.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
All right. All right, Tristan. Now, so we've gotten that taken care of. Now, Tristan, go ahead and read some of your comments. I don't know if you can see them all. I'll put them up on the
Okay.
screen. I'm gonna start up top, Tristan, because you be starting at the bottom. So let me
Nah, you just need to let me read what I need to read.
no,
I
come
want to
on,
read
read it on the screen,
it.
Tristan. Read it on the screen.
It's small. I'm watching, but Kevin Hart is struggling. Got me struggling right now. That's
All
from
right, is it
Marcella.
okay? All right. Here's another one.
Amanda says, "Shout out to my son in Little Rock, Will the barber. Shout out to Will."
Yep, yep, yep. Alicia saying,
Alicia says they make up stuff. I don't care. It's favoritism.
I don't know. She must be talking about the judges. Okay. Javonna
Yeah.
Patrick is saying,
Giovanna Patrick says his performance was amazing. I loved it.
all right. Next comment.
Uh, what's her name?
Natasha Love.
Miss Miss Love. Great job. The camera should have been clear.
So it should have
Dang.
been
I
close.
mean, the camera should have been
Yeah,
closer.
so for the
Dang.
camera,
Yeah.
that's a camera that I had to just capture some footage. Tam has a videographer that's going to have some footage that's a lot closer. I had to put that back. I wanted to capture the whole stage. I did not have a camera guy there, so at least you could get some of the footage there. Okay, so that's why I was like that. Okay, now let's go to Tristan's performance. Okay, Tristan, I'm gonna play your performance, which you didn't perform. You just did a feature. Is that basically what you did, Tristan?
Yeah. Yeah, just did a little showcase, a little 1-2. Nothing too
Okay,
special.
so here's Tristan's performance, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
some blood. They brand new rule saying had to get it out the mud. Purple rain is like sweat. Purple rain, purple rain, purple rain. I just need a girlfriend. I just need a girlfriend. Where you at? Where you at? Hype you up. All right, Tristan. So you want to explain what you had going on? You was Prince, then you went to Affirmation, then Hype You Up. Obviously, you were doing a play on the Purple Rain theme. The question I got,
Well, yes,
the question I got is where you get that little ass damn bike at. That's what I want to know. That little motorcycle. You was 200 pounds on a goddamn mini bike. What the hell what's going on there?
I had to borrow it from my little nephew because these motherfuckers around here wouldn't let me borrow or rent their bike out. So I rented it from my nephew, my 5-year-old
Yeah.
nephew. That's the only one that came through for me was my 5-year-old nephew. That's
So
a shame.
you
You
were
niggas
trying to
ain't
get
nothing.
a real motorcycle to bring up there, and nobody let you ride. I
Yes.
even posted something trying to get somebody,
Yes, the niggas don't want to do right.
and you end up came with a motorbike.
But I had to break down and ask my 5-year-old nephew.
Shout out some of your the two models. You had two models. Who were that?
Yes, look at you. My first model is Shy G. She was at my showcase in Birmingham, and we locked in, so she came to the one
Yeah.
in Little Rock. And then my other model was actually just coming to see me perform, just support me. She's my family from Missouri,
Okay.
and she ended up having to be my model because everybody knows how models turn on you or don't show up or just lag, and so I had to do some last minute changes really
Oh,
fast.
okay. All right. Well, listen, congratulate. I had two more things that I want to show at the hair show. Just to show you guys how much a vibe it is. I always try to just be different from a lot of the other MCs. Shout out to my DJ Worm. I'm gonna play two clips. They're nowhere near as long as the first two clips, but I want to get you guys the vibe of what an MC does. Here's one of the clips or deals that I did. I got something for you, Worm. Drop that. Where my ladies at? Make some noise. Where my ladies at? Let's give them something they can sing, Worm. Where my ladies at? Sing my song, ladies. Stop, Worm. Stop. I know you fucking lying. We ain't doing that shit. I promise you that. We gonna start this back over. Where my ladies at? Drop the word for the ladies. Where you at, ladies? That's right. Since you been away, boy, I ain't got no plans. No. Where you at back there? Where you at, ladies? Where you at? In the sound of the rain. Bring it down, see if they sing it. Where you at, ladies? That's right. Where you going, ladies? Come on, ladies. That's right, ladies. Ladies, y'all sound good today. By the way, I'm going down with y'all too. That's for sure. Bobby, they ain't gonna be the only one going down. All right, that was one of the clips. And then the next one, Tristan, I want to play. Shout out to, as we said, Dana Smallwood, her and her crew.
Dana came in, and I think, Tristan, that I have got a thing for plus size women now. You know what I mean? I think that I'm getting into plus size women, and I saw a woman on Dana Smallwood crew. Uh, Look at Tristan, that was doing her thing. So when this young lady came off the stage, I kind of locked eyes with her, Tristan, and this is what happened when I locked eyes with this young lady on Dana's Smallwoods crew. Here's what happened.
I think I'm now starting to like plus size women. You understand what I'm saying? Miss Blunt, where Miss Blunt at? Miss Blunt with the blonde hair, where that lady at? Where she at? Hey, come here, baby, come here. Yeah, come here, come here. Watch this, Bobby. Play it. Play it, watch this shit. Come here, baby. Now look, Bob. I'm finna give you a plus size woman, baby. You got a man? You ain't got no man? Play this song she just played. Don't be too good, I feel basically up. Don't be too good, I feel basically up. Don't be too good, I feel basically up. Look, 501-650-9726. Call me after the show. I'm fucking with you. J1. I'm fucking with Miss Bob. 501-650-9726.
All right, so as you can see, shout out to Drika G. She came up and provided a lot of, impromptu. That's what a dope MC does. He finds stuff and he makes a show out of it. So shout out to Shadrika G. Do you know her, Tristan? Your phone is your computer's on mute.
I believe so.
Yeah, her. I got up this morning, and her and Whitney Alford was talking about, that's a real woman and all of that. So I think I might, Tristan, I might like me a plus size woman, baby.
You
You
might
gotta
as
be two
well.
something to do
They cook,
something.
they
God dang it,
clean.
you gotta be two something to do something, is what you're talking about. All right. Shout
Right.
out to everybody that was in the hair show, all of the contestants. Like Tam said, we had a great time. If you have not attended a hair show, Tam puts on the biggest hair show in the state of Little Rock. Everybody that's a barber, beautician, natural stylist, everybody plays a part too. Shout out to all the participants. Shout out to the people that bought tickets. Shout out to the DJs. Shout out to the tennis family that they're giving us the venue. So shout out to everybody, and we look forward to this event growing and seeing you guys again next year. Okay. Now let's transition, Tristan. Now you know that I got on some of nerves of some women. You know what I'm saying? I made a post that some women kind of got, I don't know if I wouldn't say they got upset, but I think they called me on the carpet on it. Okay. And I want to put this post up, and
Uh-huh.
then I want to talk about it. Okay. Let me just go ahead and put this post up, and then we'll come back and talk.
Let's see who you done pissed off.
Yes. All right. I posted this on yesterday. I said, I'm about to drop some knowledge on you ladies. And here's what I said, Tristan. I said, once a boss ninja has had you, most boss ninjas won't want to be serious with you. No woman looks up and get two bosses at one time. So choose your boss wisely. And I said, hashtag knowledge. So let me tell the women, and I'm gonna open the line here, okay? Because I know somebody want to call me and check me on that, okay? Let me see. I thought I had it up here. I thought I had it up.
Yeah, why you looking for that? I'm gonna read
Go
some of the
ahead.
comments. Charles says he enjoyed ourselves yesterday
That's my
level.
cousin.
Or he said we enjoyed ourselves the show. Marie says congratulations. Cassandra says share. Thank you for sharing. Marie says she loved that green cut look that Ashton did on his
Okay.
performance.
All right. So
And that's
so
all that
so
Marie
here's
posted.
what I want to do, Tristan. Okay. For the ladies that was talking, talking crap to me, I'm opening up the request line to discuss it. Now, here's what I know. I know oftentimes women want to say, that they can get whatever they can get. But let me just tell you, most bosses, okay, do not want to be with another boss's girl. Okay. So now what I am saying is natural. This is B level's
What?
opinion. This is my opinion, right? If you are a boss dude, you are not going to normal 9 times out of 10 want to be with somebody else, another boss's woman. We have this boss's code of ethics that we live by, Tristan, that if
I'm
you
taking
take
notes.
notes, take notes. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm taking notes.
I'm never going to be with another boss's woman. Now I might date somebody and bring her to boss level. And let me say this, there are some boss females as well. So there was no slight to the women. There are some women around here who are bosses as well. Okay? The difference between women is women will date other boss dudes. They will. They don't care about most women don't have this thing that they won't date another female's guy. But most males, and I am saying most, okay, you do have some exception to the rules. Some niggas they'll just date anybody. But most guys who are dudes that has morals and values, they're normally are not going to mess with another boss's girlfriend or another boss's wife. That's why if you date a high profile dude, you need to try to work it out with him. Because if y'all break up, it's gonna be hard for you to get another boss. You can get another boss.
No, I don't think that.
I know a lot of the women don't think that as well. So that's your female side of yourself, Tristan.
I guess so.
You
That's
got a
my
male
opinion.
side and you got a female side. So your female side
I definitely
is
do.
saying that. So you do think that, and most women can have multiple bosses. You believe that, Tristan? I'm talking to you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, unless it's, I I would say no unless they're the problem.
Well, I'm not speaking of the problem. I'm not talking about why they're not together. I am just saying most times, most of the bosses does not. I would not date another boss guy in the city's girlfriend or wife. That normally that doesn't happen. I hear somebody in your background saying some stuff. What are they saying, Tristan?
Right, Raven. She's talking about some
Why?
why.
It's the bosses. Hey Ray, how you doing, baby? So
How
if
y'all
you
doing?
are a boss's chick, right? I'm probably not. It's just not. It's a code of ethic.
You
Code of
don't
ethics.
you don't want them
Well, and
problems.
not really problems because all women are not problem. It's just like a unannounced code of ethic that's most boss. Now, you do have some guys that don't have no morals. They'll fuck on anything, right? They don't have any boundaries to, what type of woman. They just out trying to get their rocks off. But if you really have a
Yeah.
conversation, and I know a lot of people are pushing back with me on this. If you talk to a guy that's a boss, okay, and you sit down and you have a candid conversation with him, and it's just you and him, more times than likely. Now there are some cases that they will, and there are some exceptions to the rule. And I'm not saying that this is that a woman may not ever. I'm saying normally a woman don't get a couple of bosses in one lifetime. That's like being struck by lightning twice. That never happens.
Mhm.
You are not going to get struck by lightning twice. I'm talking about normally. And so what people were saying on my posts is that I've lost my damn mind and I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. That's what they said. But
Well, it's all about
But yeah,
perspective.
it is, and that's why who died and told you you could say I'm only talking in my opinion. I am the professional on my opinion and what I think. People might think different.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open the request line again, 501. Let me put this number up here. And if someone wants to call and have a conversation before I move on and talk about it and tell me that I've lost my damn mind, give me a call 9960 9726. Okay. I'm going to save that and I'm going to put the number at. There's the number 501 650 9726. If you would like to comment on my boss's comment, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that comment up here again. Tristan says the female side of him, okay? Tristan says the female side of him does not agree with me. I'm going to put that up here again. All right. Most boss ninjas, once you've had one, you normally don't get a second boss. Got somebody that's calling. Got somebody that's calling. Good. Here we go. Unpacking the Baggage Podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is JC. I'm calling from North Little Rock.
JC. All right, so you got some feedback in the background. Is somebody talking to you?
That's my fiance, Dana.
Okay. All right, so we got Dana and Jay. Hey, Dana. So, JC, tell me your opinion.
Hey, Dana, congratulations to you both.
I agree with you, man. From the streets, you know how it is. You know what I'm saying? You're a boss, and I'm a boss, and you had them. It's a code of etiquette. I'm not going to mess with them.
Come on, man.
Because I'm going to respect you. I said, no, I can't go behind my homeboy.
Say, man.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Also, you ain't saying like that.
But see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's
in general, I don't have to know be smooth from in the circle, but just around the way. And somebody say be smooth had them. It just had her. It's just a thing. No, I'm not gonna touch her. No, I'm not gonna touch her because I don't.
That's some country shit.
Leave that alone.
And so they thought I was crazy, homeboy, when I put this, that ladies, choose your bosses wisely.
Correct.
If you get with one boss, you need to try to work it out and stay with one boss because the chances of you finding another boss, dude, is slim to none. Now, it could happen, just like I could get struck by lightning twice, just like I could win the lottery 3 or 4 times. Those chances are slim. Now, I hear your wife on the other end. What does she have to say about that?
There she go.
Hey, D-Level.
Hey, baby girl.
This is Dana. So I agree with you because from a woman perspective, I don't like if I got a woman somebody that I know that has dated this guy and we are acquaintances and all that, I don't go in behind him. It's just a respect thing. I don't.
Well, Dana, they told me I was crazy when I posted that, and I got a lot of pushback. And so I can't get none of these people that was talking that shit to come call in. They all watching BET Awards or something because they not. And I tagged all of them to let them know that I was going to be discussing this tonight. So thank y'all for your call. Congratulations to the two of y'all. I better get an invite.
Congratulations. So happy for you, Dana.
Thank you, Tristan. You did so good yesterday. B-Level, you showed.
Thank you.
Dana, I try to do what I can do. I try to do. Hey, Dana, look here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on let me see the young lady's name. Shadrika.
Yeah.
Call her and tell her to hit B-Level up. Tell her to hit me up.
Tristan, give B-Level.
I can't do nothing with him.
Podcast. I will call her. But listen, I want to tell you this. Everybody has their own opinion. I'm not saying that they don't have any morals or ethics, but everybody views things in different ways. But I'm with you on that. That's how I view things.
Well,
That's how I view
and Dana, I do be just having a lot of fun. Understand that some half of the shit I say on Facebook, a lot of stuff I do believe in, but this is a true statement. I just, once somebody been with somebody who's, of a certain type of level, it's a respect thing. You know what I'm saying? There's so many women that it's just I don't know. I don't even know how to really explain it other than what your fiance said. It's just a respect thing. That's
That's
really
what
it.
Johnny. That's what we were just talking about. But I want to let y'all know that we love y'all. We support your podcast, and we all will get invited to
Oh,
the
thank you.
wedding.
All right. I'm gonna hold y'all to it.
I will, and send my condolences again to your family.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it right after we finish talking about this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Uh-huh.
All right, Tristan. So now you can quit think I'm crazy because I'm not crazy. I got a female, Dana Smallwood,
Y'all
and her
crazy.
fiance Johnny both agree with it. So Tristan, I'm gonna need you to start thinking with your male side, right? Stop thinking with your female.
I do think with my male side too. Shit, I'm like shit. Fuck it. Shit, I'm my own boss. I don't need a boss.
And that's true. That's okay.
So,
Listen, this is what I said.
shit, bye.
There are a lot of women bosses that don't need a boss. Let me say that.
That sound
No, no, that's
controlling.
not. We got a lot of
Oh,
dope
we
ass
do.
women out here that don't need a ninja for nothing, right? But, but what I am saying there is the chances of you finding two guys that's grinding and doing a thing, what I would consider a boss. Hardly ever do you get two bosses in one lifestyle. That's just a person.
Yeah, you right. But y'all are right though
I
in
mean,
Arkansas.
I just think it is what it is. That's my personal level. I guess nobody's gonna call in, so we're gonna move on, so we can get you back to the BET Wood. The last thing that I want to talk about is I know last week
Right.
we were talking about.
I'm gonna say you ain't had no
Go
good.
ahead. Were you trying to say anything, Tristan?
No, I said you ain't. I said you normally have some news, but
No,
I guess
no, 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 no. I don't have any news. We were all at the hair show last night, and Jayla with the T, she is going to hold on. Let me read Erica Rhodes' comment up here, Tristan.
okay. Okay, that was gonna say we got some comments. When you put it, Erica Rose said when you put it like that, I totally get it because I have definitely declined a few bosses due to girl code.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right,
All
child,
right,
you crazy.
Miss Summer said,
We want to know what constitutes a boss.
now, Miss Summers. Now I know you know what a boss is. You are married to a boss, okay? I know your husband. So the chances of you
No, her
no,
business
I know
out.
her. I know her. Greg Summers is her husband. Okay. She's married to a boss. So the chances of if
Oh,
so happen that you and Greg, which I hope that never happens, both of y'all are my family. But the chances, Miss Summers, of you divorcing Greg or Greg divorcing you and you getting another boss, somebody that's handling their business, that love you, that could have multiple business, they could have no businesses. Boss is more of an attitude. Boss is more of a persona. Boss is not what you have. People think that boss is a monetary thing. It could be a great financial windfall when you're bossed up, but boss is a way you carry yourself. So when people are walking about boss, there are many definitions of the word boss. Boss sometimes mean you work for a person. That could be, but boss has multiple reasons. It's a vibe. It's a way you carry yourself. Um, it's not a cookie cutter definition of what I call a boss. And it's a code of ethics. If you were available, okay, I would never consider dating you, Miss Summer, because you have been married to a boss. And so, as much information as I can give you, thank you, Erica, for understanding when we put it that way, how or what I meant. Okay, Tristan, are you cut off all of Valencia? Let's read Valencia comment. Valencia Moore. You on mute, Tristan. Unmute your mic.
now you're making. Valencia says now you're making sense because at first I was like, but that was going to be my comment. They wouldn't want to be serious with you.
Okay. Exactly, Valencia. Now, I did not say that he wouldn't sleep with you, right? I did not say that he wouldn't take you out and take you and sleep with you or hang out with you or be cool with you. What I said is that he wouldn't more than likely marry you. He wouldn't more likely take you serious, but anybody can hang out, anybody can sleep with you, anybody can be cool. What I'm saying, you will not be the home team. You're not going to be a boss's home team, a person that he takes home to mama, a person that he lets meet his kids, a person that he claims. You can be somebody that he sleep with, you can be somebody that he hang out with, but you're not going to be the home team. Generally. Now there are some exceptions to the rule, but I'm saying generally that's what happened. I think we caught up with all the comments, right? Tristan, yeah, we're caught up with all the comments. So I'm going to
Yeah, we
transition
are.
to the last part, which is a little information for all of you guys that on last Friday I had a live where I was talking about the Benton Police Department, the Bryant Police Department, as it relates to my niece's Jade Love's death. Okay, so what has happened this morning on Friday? I encourage everybody to call and talk to Detective Kane from the Bryant Police Department. Okay. And what they were doing is they were just sending everybody to voicemail. Shout out to all of the people that called. I know Marcella Town Winston called. I know Precious called. My family members called. And I'm trying to remember all of the people that told me that they were going to call. So shout out to the people that took the time to call. What we were trying to get them to do is to turn over the shoe to my niece. Okay. Before they found my niece, well, let me go back because they never found her. When they searched the pond for my niece, which we thought that she was in the pond, when Bryant Police Department and the fire department searched the pond, they came up with a shoe that they presumably was my niece. They called my brother, they called my sister, and they said, describe the shoe that Jade had on. My brother described the shoe. He said that it was a black shoe. And supposedly, what they did, instead of taking this evidence, which it was evidence if it's the shoe for a missing person, they took the shoe and they just threw it on the ground. They left the shoe there overnight, but they told my brother and my sister that they had found the shoe before we found her body. Okay. And so on Tuesday morning, before we discovered her,
Why you gonna kick
yeah,
y'all ass for her? She next.
Tuesday morning, y'all were having a whole other conversation, Tristan, in the background. So Tuesday morning, before we discovered my niece in that pond, my sister went to the police department and she asked to see the shoe. But of course, the detective did a sloppy job at the Bryant Police Department, and they never retrieved the shoe until we started making a fuss about it. The actual evidence was at the pond overnight. So I got a call back from Detective Kane today, and I was asking him about the shoe. What he said is that he was going to talk with the supervisor to see if the shoe could be released to the parents. They only found one shoe. We are still missing Jade's other shoe. We don't know where it went, but they supposedly found the one shoe that they have not shown the mother, the dad. They have not shown anybody. And so, thank you to the people that called. We are working on getting that shoe to the parents of Jay's Love. As of today, it's still, they were saying that he was Detective Kane was saying that he was going to go to his supervisor. And since the case is closed, since she was found deceased, they are trying to work on giving that shoe. But as of yet today, we still do not have the shoe. The other thing I asked him about was the sonar findings. Okay, the fire people that patrolled the pond had a sonar. And what the sonar does is if you were fishing, it will detect things that are in the body of water that's in the boat. If there's an object down there, the sonar the sonar will find those things. It will show you that there's an object below your boat. So what they did is they actually had a sonar, and we asked them because most sonar record their data. Okay, so what I asked them for today was, since they came out of the pond and told us that they were 99% sure that Jade was not in that pond, which was a lie because she was there, we asked for the sonar findings. Okay, the sonar will record when the boat is driving around and it's surfacing and it's looking under the boat. It will record the data. All right. Guess what they said? They said that the department who did it, which was it was the Office of Emergency Management in the Benton area, did not have a SD card. And so because they did not have an SD card, of course, they're saying that they didn't record the 2.5 hour search that they were searching. Of course, they didn't have an SD card. What they couldn't have had an SD card. Bryant Police Department did nothing right. So what they said is they did not have an SD card, so they were not able to turn that over. So got turned down on that as well. I also asked them about the police report because I'm going over the things that we discussed on Friday. Supposedly, someone called in on Sunday night. Okay, she went missing Sunday morning. On Sunday night, somewhere between 12:30 and 1 o'clock in the morning, supposedly, and I'm going to go and I'm going to pull that police report that someone said that they saw my niece Jade alive, that she was somewhere in and out of some bushes, that she fired off a gun, and all of that was a lie. All of that was not true because the coroner has said, and they are doing a full autopsy on her, but the coroner, based on when they pulled her out of the water, said that she had been dead for 36 hours. So 36 hours from the time which the coroner was still like 7 hours off. But of course, they're guesstimating this time of death as well. But based on the way she looked when they pulled her out of the water, the coroner guesstimated that she had been dead 36 hours from Tuesday morning around 9 o'clock. If we back that time backwards 2 days, she had been dead way before that call came in. We're thinking, based on the coroner's finding, that Jade would have passed Sunday somewhere around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, anywhere between 11 and 1 o'clock. That's the guesstimation of the coroners. We don't have the cause of death. This guy Hunter Bradley is saying the cause of death. We are still waiting on the cause of death. The coroner has not released that to our information, to the family. They have not released that information to the family yet. But we're guesstimating that when the Bryant Police Department is saying that someone called in, Jade was already dead. Okay, so I'm questioning if somebody really called in, or I'm questioning if they were just doing that to throw us off. I don't have any faith in Bryant or Benton Police Department. I am going to retrieve the police report. They said when I talked to Detective Kane today that he was going to make the police report available so that I can read the police report, so that I can know the police report is a legal document basically on what is going on. Okay, so I do plan on um, um, Hunter. I don't know. Hunter Bradley. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. There is suicide attempt. There is that. And what I was trying to do, and what we were trying to do, is just to rule out any foul play. When you lose a loved ones, we do know that our niece was dealing with some mental issues, right? So we are not hiding from the fact that she could have been suicidal, right? But as a family, we depend upon the police to help us solve this kill. We also are depending upon the coroners, their ruling, and when they investigated, they've been at the coroner's office. We should get that pretty soon. That will help us figure out the cause of death. Okay, if it was suicidal, if it was drowning, if there was some, if there was some if she got into it with somebody. We are still trying to get the cause of death. Yes, Jeanette, subpoena all information, all of the information that they don't provide us. We're going to FOA it and get the information. We are trying to work with the Bryant Police Department and letting them get us that. Marcella is saying, Hunter Bradley, I feel that you are really insensitive to this family. Hey, Marcella Town Weston, I felt that too. But we do understand that they're going to be, or I understand that when you go on a platform of this magnitude, everybody is not going to agree with you. Everybody is not going to be on the same page. That's what this platform is about. It is also welcoming people that don't think like me, people that don't think like us. I am not offended by him asking the questions. I've answered his questions. I do think it's insensitive, but I welcome people to challenge me. I welcome people to give their opinion. This is not a platform that just want one side of the story, right? This is not what we are. So by all means, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in there. Our listeners might jump all over you, but our viewers may jump all over you, but I'm going to answer as many questions as I possibly can, as honestly as I possibly can. And that's who I am. And that's who we are as a family. Charles Lips is saying their line level. My cousin Case was overlooked because she was black. Okay. I hear you, Charles. I'm going to put that up there. And Hunter is saying something. Let me see what he's saying. I'm just asking. I live right next to the pond. Okay. That's what Hunter Bradley is saying. Hunter, we don't know. We don't know. What we do want to do as a family is just rule out any foul play. So we are waiting on the coroner's examination to be able to give us the cause of death, and we are still waiting on that. And we will let you know when that is over. I will say to everybody who is sending prayers, let me also put up, we want to welcome everyone that have prayed for us. Here is let me go ahead and put this up here. The funeral services, okay? I want to put this up here real quick. If for you guys who are wanting, where did it go? Why is it not showing? Okay. I don't know why it's not showing. Okay. I don't like that. This is not let me upload something in this real quick again, just so that we will have this, because I think this is important. So I'm going to upload this. Y'all give me a second. I'm going to upload her funeral services here so that I'm going to put that over there so that you guys can see. I'm going to do it while I'm on live. Because this thing is not working, but I am going to get it up here for the people that want to attend the funeral services. You guys are all welcome. Let me put it up here so that I could get it up here. All right. Here are the funeral services, okay? For the people, for the public, okay? The funeral services for Jade Love will be held on this Saturday, June 14th, 2025, which is this Saturday at 11 o'clock, okay? The name of the church is called Christ Church. The address is 11800 Vimy Ridge Road in Alexander, Arkansas. Okay. If you want to drop off some food for the repast, I've got several people asking where can they drop off the food. The repast is also going to be at that church. We're asking you to drop off the food by 9:30 in the morning. The funeral starts at 11 o'clock. We want to have the food there before the funeral services because the parking lot is not that big. And so we want to make sure that you could drop off the food before the actual funeral. Okay. The funeral again is this Saturday, June 14th at 11 a.m. at Christ Church, 11800 Vimy Ridge Road. Okay. And then we're asking you that if you want to drop off food, Tristan is gone. If you want to drop off food, let me get him out of here. If you want to drop off, there he is. There he is. I thought you were gone. Okay. If you want to drop off food, then you can just do it before 9:30 a.m. Okay. Tristan, you can go ahead and unmute your mic now.
It's some
Okay.
of you.
All right. Tristan, also thank you. You came out on Monday to help us search for Jade as well. Thank you, my family. Obviously,
Yes.
you part of the family. They think you crazy. My whole family
Yeah.
think you crazy as hell. But thank you. You continue to show me my
You're
family,
welcome.
and we're so ever grateful.
And I would have been there Tuesday. I would have been there Tuesday, but I went to jail Tuesday. So
Tristan, Tristan, why are you going? Why are you going to jail, Tristan?
you
Yeah,
said, why am I
why are
going
you
to
going to
jail?
jail?
I
You
still
don't
don't
know.
know. I still don't know. But what the charges said was theft, breaking and entering, and theft of property.
Tristan, I know you got plenty of money. I know you're not breaking and entering nothing, and I know you're not stealing nothing. So they got to have the
E-
wrong person. They got to have the
Exactly.
wrong.
They definitely got to have the wrong person. Now, if they would have said fighting
They would have had their guy.
or shootout, they would have had that guy.
So
That was. I didn't take nothing from
so you
nobody.
actually spent the night. I actually got a call, y'all. This is no lie. This is a true story. I got a call about 1:30 in the morning, a 1-800 number. Now listen,
Yes, come get
listen,
me.
I know I got some bill collectors that when you look at the phone and your shit say 1-800, you do not answer the phone. Those are bill collectors calling 1-800.
CALTT. Answer.
But something told me, I said, damn, ain't no bill collectors working this damn late. It's 1 in the morning. So I answered the phone. And the first time it says, you have a call from, and it hung up. It didn't say the name. So I did not, if you want to accept calls, I declined it. About 5 minutes, Tristan asked called back again. I'm like, this got to be somebody that I know. Let me go ahead and answer the call.
Yeah, answer that phone. Answer that phone, big money.
So I answered the phone, and it was Tristan in jail. Tristan, how did you go to jail at 1 o'clock in the morning?
I don't know. Okay, let me tell y'all what happened. It was 11:30 going on 12 o'clock midnight. I was literally in my boxer briefs. I get a knock at the door. It's the police. Mind you, all this stuff have been going on with Jade and all this other type of stuff, and we were live trying to
Right.
find her and stuff like this. So I'm just thinking, I didn't know what to think. So I'm just thinking, I didn't know what to think. So I came outside, in my underwear. He was like, "Can you go put some clothes on and some?" I said, "No, I'm finna get back in the bed. Is something okay?" I was like, "Is everything okay?" He's like, "Everything's fine. We just need to ask you
Okay.
some questions." And I watch a lot of movies, so I'm like, "Okay, they got me some questions. They might need see if I heard anything, something in the area or something." You know me, I live for that type of stuff.
Your nosy
So I heard
ass.
it, and I said,
Your ass
"Give me a
nosy.
second, hold
You too
on.
damn nosy,
Let me go
Tristan.
get some shoes." Yeah, it's very nosy. So this is my type of shit. So let me go get my shoes and see what's going on. So I got my shoe. I left my phone. I didn't have my phone. So I went outside. He was like, "You sure you don't want to put another shirt on or anything?" And I was like, "Why?" I said, "Can y'all just tell me, is everything okay? Did somebody pass away? Like, what's going on?" He was like, "No, nobody passed away. Everybody's fine. You do know you have a warrant, right?" I said, no, I ain't got no warrant. I went to court for that speeding ticket. They said I was reckless driving, but I wasn't doing that. I got a lawyer and everything. I already went to court.
Right.
You good?" So I'm turning around. He's like, He said, "Come back here." I said, Is everything okay? He was like, no, you have a warrant for breaking and entering and the class D felony of over five
And your
thousand
ass is getting
dollars.
ready to go to
I'm
jail.
like, I don't. I said, are you serious, Tristan? I said, felony or fighting? I said, cause I ain't put my hands on nobody's shit. I said, now mind you, my birthday is Friday. So I'm thinking somebody pranking me because I prank B level them
No, not
April Fools. So I'm thinking somebody trying to prank. I said, y'all is. I'm laughing. I'm like, okay, it's the camera crew because it was a lot of police and it was a unmarked car down there. So I'm thinking it's like, okay, they B level them got
yeah,
me. So okay, like somebody like what's going on. My birthday
right.
coming up. Y'all finna surprise me with a car.
Right.
So like y'all finna surprise me. So he was like, no, this is serious. I'm gonna have to take you with me. I said, no, because it's a baby in there. Mind you, my little sister, she ain't a baby, she's 16. So they was like, she's old enough to take care of. I said, okay, can I get my phone? Like, so they're grabbing me. I'm like, okay, fuck it. At this point, let me just go along with the prank. So I'm getting in the car. He was like, no, you really have a warrant. He's showing me the stuff. I'm like, I said, how could this be? He said, is this you? I said, yeah, that's me. That's my driver's license picture. But how's that telling me that I stole something? Like, where's the detective? Like, who's saying I stole something? So they're trying to figure it out at this point because they're looking. I'm still steady looking lost. Mind you, they didn't read me any Miranda rights or anything. They wasn't questioning me. So like I'm thinking it's still a prank because they didn't say you're under arrest for
Yeah,
murder or
yeah,
you're under arrest for
yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? They never did any of that. So I'm like, this is a prank. So I'm finna shit. Well, let's go. Let's see my surprise when I
Right.
get there. So on the way there, he goes on Roosevelt behind the jail. I said, wait a minute. I said, so this is for real? He was like, yes. I was like, So I get the hyperventilate. I said, so let me know what's going on right now, or I'm finna resist. He's like, well, you can't resist. You're already in cuffs. I was like, well, what the fuck is going on? I'm about to wig out. Like, what the fuck going on? So
What happened, Tristan?
he
Come
said,
back.
long story short, something about Walmart. Mind you, my mom does all my online shopping, so I don't have to go in the store.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I haven't been to Walmart in years. Like, what? Something about you wearing a gray hoodie, khaki pants, and somebody identified you. And there's a video. I said, great, that's perfect, cause I'm not in no video, cause I don't steal, and I wasn't in Walmart. I said, what Walmart? They said Bowman. I said, that shit me. I said I would go to the shackle for Walmart before I go to Bowman Walmart. I said, this is
Right.
crazy. Like y'all, why y'all ain't do y'all research before y'all came and got me? This is fucking crazy. I said, when I get in here, people gonna be looking at y'all crazy because they finna be asking me why the fuck am I in here. Soon as we got behind the bars, they was like, Tristan, why are you in here? Did you first thing they said you fought that boy you was on B Levels podcast with? I said no. They said I'm in here for stealing or something, a theft of property. And they was like, no, that can't be right. That's not your MO. So they're trying to figure out like why am I in here? So long story short, the detective never showed up. They still fingerprinted me. The next morning, I went to court on the thing. They said, "Well, we're gonna just put not guilty, and we're just gonna OR you. We're not gonna even give you a bond, and we'll just see you August the 14th, August the 4th." And that was that. And I still haven't heard anything else.
So listen, I told your ass, Tristan, on April 1st.
I
Okay.
can't hear you.
Well, I can hear myself. I'm not on mute.
Hold
You
on.
can't hear me? Can you not hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
I don't know why. Hey, y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Tristan cannot hear me. Can y'all hear me? Okay, maybe Tristan's gonna go out and come back in. Okay, here we go. Hold on, let me try to get he's trying to get back in. Hold on a second. All right, can you hear me now, Tristan? Y'all let
I
me
can hear you
know.
now.
All right, so
So
listen.
I
No,
still
no,
haven't
no.
heard any.
No, yes, I can
Yeah,
hear
can you
you.
hear me?
Now I'm talking. So this is what I told you. I told you on April Fool's Day, you played a damn
Oh,
game with me, calling me, had some people calling me saying that you was in jail. Those are games you don't play. Now your ass done went to jail for real. And I didn't believe you. I'm like, Tristan, you already pranked me already one time when you called me. I said, but damn, it's 2 in the morning. So he might be for real. And the 1-800 number help you. But I told y'all to quit playing. Now, once you call me and you in jail for real, I ain't gonna believe you.
yeah, you did say that. And I went to jail for real. Yes, and you did answer the phone. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna call him 6 times. I'm good. a damn.
Read some of these comments, Tristan. Read some of these comments.
Reggie said, "Wow." Marcella said, "Oh no, Tristan, I knew it wasn't you." Andrea said, "We can hear you." Reggie said, "We can hear you, homie." Gwen says, "We can hear both of you."
Okay.
And Hunter says, "I can hear you."
What about
Yeah,
Tracy?
they
Oh,
put me in jail.
Tracy Value.
Tracy.
Read her come. Yeah.
Oh, Tracy. She says, "Brian, you guys are definitely in my prayers. Please continue to let God lead you and your family. God said, vengeance is me." Hey, Tristan, love you.
Vengeance
It's
is
Bridget's
mine.
mom. I love you, Miss Tracy. Your vengeance is mine. I'm
Read
sorry.
Ebony's.
Ebony says, "I want to meet him." Dude. Ebony says, "Laughing, I want to meet him. Dude,
Hey,
hilarious."
Ebony, I promise you, this dude is hilarious as hell. Tristan is, he is so damn funny. So you got to go back to court on August the.
August the 4th, and I've already talked to two attorneys or whatever, and then people have been reaching out to me, like on social media in my inbox. A few Walmart employees hit me up. A few people just work in that field, like with like the prosecutor's office and stuff like that. They was like, "Hey, reach out to this person, reach out to this person, because you definitely have a civil case, and you definitely not going to go to jail for that, because we know you didn't do that stuff." So I'm assuming that people have already, people are nosy, and then I'm a popular person. My face was plastered all over the internet. By different news affiliates. So it was kind of like I wasn't embarrassed because I know I didn't do nothing. It was just more so like I was upset because I couldn't figure out why I was in jail. Like it had me almost thinking like, damn, did I go to was I
You know what I
sleepwalking?
think?
Cause like I
You,
did,
you
like I know I
know,
ain't went to
at
no
some
Walmart.
point in time, my long term goal is to run for a political office. And one of the things that I think we need to change is when a person is when a person is arrested and they have to go to jail. In this case, you didn't have to pay money to get out, but most times people have to bond out. They have to buy a bondsman. Most time people have to get an attorney. I believe that the state should pay if you go to court and you get found innocent.
Yes, and I did get an attorney. I
You need
I
an attorney.
have
Okay,
two.
if you go to court and you're proven.
No, I said I have
I
two.
know it.
I
So
have
I'm
two.
going somewhere with this. When you go to court and you beat your charge,
Oh,
I
okay.
believe that the money that you have paid your attorney, if you have been bonded out and you have spent money on a bail bondsman, I believe that that the state should pay your money back. There are no consequences for people being arrested wrongly. I believe that the state should pay for that. I think that there are a lot of great cops, but I think there are a lot of cops that are
Yes,
overcharging. I
I
think that
agree.
it's not fair for somebody to go down to the prosecuting attorney, say your name, make a whole case under your identity, and then you have to pay for it and go to jail. And then after you're proven innocent, they just say, "I'm sorry."
Yes.
Nothing is done for that.
Right. Now now B level, I will say, doing my research and just going through this with my brothers and different situations, and so much stuff that I've learned from you and Andrea. I don't blame the police because the police to me
Right.
were just doing their job. The police don't have nothing to do with me being prosecuted. So in this instance, I don't blame the police for going to get me.
Right.
They were doing their job. But as far as Walmart for going down there prosecuting me or just going off hearsay, I feel like it was an inside job because from my understanding, people know when you go to Walmart at the entertainment section, those type of electronics are locked up. So how did somebody break in that, and how did somebody get access to $5,000 worth of merchandise?
That's how much they're saying it was worth.
Yes, and also nobody questioned me at when I got to jail. Like, hey, where were you this time? No, nobody questioned me. Nobody said, hey, you were there. This, we got you here. You did this. Nobody
And what
questioned
you
me. Like y'all could have took me down there for questions. Y'all didn't have to lock me up. Now I
well
have a
they had
fingerprint in the system. I have charges that are
so
are
you're right. You
printed.
had an active warrant, so they had to serve the warrant. Okay? But
Yes, yes, they had. I had an active warrant, or they wouldn't
but
have
the
came and got me from
weekend
my
this
home.
happened,
And I feel like somebody should pay for that. And I know for a fact I didn't do that because I don't do
and
that.
then
I
you
don't do stuff like that. And a video or not, I'm not in the video. So I have two lawyers. One's going to represent me for the criminal, and one's going to represent me for the civil. So whoever mentioned my name is going to get in trouble. And whoever plastered me all over social media is going to get a cease and desist. And also Walmart will be getting charged
Tracy
as well.
Value says, I'll go with you, boo. I guess she said she'll go to court with you. Marcella Town Winston say, tell him, Tristan
Thank you,
is a
Miss Tracy.
boss. Tracy Value is always, she said, people are always trying to demolish people's character. Leanne is saying, I agree.
Yes.
Couldn't agree more. When did they start coming to your house? Tracy, that's what I was saying. Why would they come and pick you up on a, she's saying, when did they start coming to your house to pick you up?
Yeah, I never knew
Normally
that.
they find you.
Like if
Go
I'm
ahead.
being cause I like I said, the reason why they found me is because a person like myself, I don't have nothing to hide. I'm not slipping, sliding, hiding, and stealing this shit. So everything that's on when you pull up my name, my address where I live at is going to be on my ID. Most people of color, their ID does not match their mailing address. It might be at the girlfriend house, they got the address, their place of business, or their grandmother's house. Typically nobody ever has the correct address on their license, but I do because I don't have nothing to hide. So that's if you anybody go look up my name, it's gonna show Tristan Hobbs date of birth and it's gonna show my address because that's what's on my
Well, my
ID.
address is not on my ID. Just because I didn't, I just don't want my address where I live.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You ain't got nothing to
My
hide. I
point
got some
made.
shit to hide, I guess. Huh? That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that you don't have nothing to hide. I'm saying most people of color, whether they have something to hide or don't, their address is typically not correct
Well,
on their ID.
again, we hope, we know that you're not going to be found guilty of it because it's not you. It's
Right, I know that too. Like there's no I don't have no
Yeah,
worry
it's just a
about that.
shame that you had to spend a half day in jail. Nobody can pay you for your time that you had. Your time is money. And so you had to spend from 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock until 1 o'clock that afternoon. You spent 12 hours in jail. Your time is worth money. So
And yes, and some paper panties. They didn't even have panty. They
listen,
didn't even have paper boxers.
everything
They
you
had
could be
paper
mad about,
panties.
you
That's
mad about some
crazy.
damn purple.
Yes, because if y'all was gonna tell me y'all was taking me to jail, you could have told me to go in the drawer and get some white underwear. You knew you was
Tristan,
taking me to jail. I ain't
Tristan,
know I was supposed to
you
have
are
white
mad
underwear in
about
there.
some panties that they, why did they
Yes,
give you some panties?
because I had to shower and take off all my clothes, and I had to squat in front of
Tristan,
this
that's what you do
man.
when you go to jail. But what you mean panties? But no, what I'm
I don't
saying
go to
is
jail.
they don't give you panties when you go to jail, Tristan. What are you talking about?
Them are panties. You must ain't went to jail. Them. They look like
So what
panties.
happened? So they make you take your underwear and give you some panties?
Yes. Or you can just free ball. But I'm not gonna have my thing
Tristan,
touching them fabrics. That shit feel like
it's been a
cardboard
long
and
time since I've been to jail.
polyester.
So out of everything,
Shit.
out of
I'm mad
everything
talking
you
about it. I
mad
got
about,
upset.
you are mad about. You ain't mad about you spend 12 hours. You mad about the damn panties. You mad about the
Hell
damn
no.
panties.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause why would y'all have me put this on?
Reggie Long said, man, my niece Hollywood Tanya told the same lie on me saying I stole from her out of abandoned house that I helped her get. And if she'd file charges on me, I'd sue her. Let me see. Damn, what is he saying? Hell, that's too, I'm like Tristan, that's too small. I'd file charges on me. I'd sue her to the poorhouse, but she tried to kill my character by word of mouth to folks. She ain't family to me no more. Who is that? Who is that? Reggie Long.
Oh, you need to be out here.
That's her uncle, but
Well, I
this
mean,
ain't
I
the
didn't
place
know.
for that.
Obviously, I didn't know. That's I just
Um,
started. Shanice Rich is saying, "For the life of me, I can't imagine what paper panties look like." Yeah, I mean, everybody's.
they ain't paper. They like mesh. They like kind of like cotton
Like the
mesh,
hospital
like gauze. Like
gowns.
gauze. Like it's gauze. Shit, one small move, that shit gonna rip.
Somebody say
And they don't give you no more. You
Amanda
got the free ball.
Amanda
Everybody was free
Jones say,
balling in
"Were
there.
they clean?" So
Yes,
why
they
you
were
mad? At
clean.
least you had some clean underwear, Tristan. That you should be thankful they didn't put you in there with the dirty underwear. You mad about the damn underwear? At least they were clean. This motherfucker.
Them shit melted by the time I got to my cell, that shit them hoes was melted. Motherfuckers
Oh
was
my
so
goodness.
thin.
Oh, I think we gonna end there, Tristan. So anyway, August
Okay.
4th. Hopefully they drop the charges. Hopefully they can get the video footage of who the real person was, and they can drop those charges. But I promise you, you need to sue them for your money. I think that when people go to jail and they're wrongfully arrested, and you have to pay an attorney, your attorney ain't free. You got to pay your attorney.
Yeah, and I miss work and it's gay pride. Yeah, y'all have to pay me. Yes.
You did have gay pride celebration on Friday. You was able to get out before your birthday.
Yeah, I got out, went straight to the news station, went straight to the activities, went straight to my birthday. I still did, and still performed Sunday. So I
Andrea saying my
still
melted. What do you mean
held
by
my shit
melted,
down.
Tristan?
Them motherfuckers so thin, you fart, them motherfuckers gone.
Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. We're back on regular schedule program on this Sunday. We're gonna have the whole crew. We're gonna have Anthony. We're gonna have Andrea.
Might have Anthony.
Anthony's on
Might have
vacation.
Anthony. He
Yeah, he's
always on
he's coming back
vacation.
from vacation. We're gonna have Anthony. We're gonna have Andrea, and then we're gonna have Jayla with the T. It seemed like it's been a long time. We've been on a week, off a week. We've been on off for weeks. This stuff happened with my niece, so we just kind of all over the place. I'm not gonna read Reggie's comment anymore. I didn't know. I didn't know.
No, he said y'all need to check out the Netflix special about the Pulaski County Jail. They doing folks wrong in there. That
Okay,
place
I didn't
don't
know.
go, y'all.
I
He
wonder if
right
that's my
about
partner
that.
Reggie. I wonder my partner's name Reggie Long. I don't know if that's him. I need to look and see. I didn't know that he was going to say that, or I wouldn't have read his comment though. So anyway, this Sunday we are back to our regular schedule program. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I've got two choices. The one episode that I want to do. Oh, yeah, and I need to tell you one other thing, Tristan, before we go. We have this new feature that Andrea is going to do. It's called Ask Dree, okay? So Dree is the voice of reason. She's a life coach. In real life, Dree is a life coach, okay? So what we're going to do with Dree, I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. Dree is allowing you guys to email relationship questions in, and we're going to ask Dree on the air. Kind of like the Shirley Strawberry with Steve Harvey. You ask her the questions, she is going to answer them. Okay. Dree is the voice of reason on the podcast. She's probably the one on the podcast that's probably the most reasonable. Okay. So we're calling this promotion Ask Dree. Okay. Email your relationship questions. All right, to utbpodcastlr@gmail.com. Again, utbpodcastlr@gmail.com. Okay, email it in. All right, email it before this week. So if you want to ask Dree or relationship question or baby mama questions, or if you should date this person, or if you gonna find love, or whatever you do, email it in to Andrea Dree. Email it to utbpodcast lr@gmail.com. And we're going to start that on this week. We were trying to start it the week that my niece passed, but we've been talking about that for the last week. So we're going to be on regular schedule program. I think this week, Tristan, have you been seeing the church Black Business Challenge? Have you been seeing that? Okay, so I need you
No.
to research the church's Black Business Challenge, where one church does the Super Bowl video, and then they challenge another church, and then they shout out a Black business, and it's all made in effort to help Black businesses. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is up in the next coming weeks, we're going to go and we're going to talk about all of the churches that have participated in the Black Business Challenge. Now, I know the last time I did a church episode, Tristan was mad at me. Everybody was mad at me. But this is something that, look at Tristan, but this is something that we're going to do. Black churches that have been a part of the Black Business Expo, we're going to highlight Black churches, and we're going to highlight you guys in a positive way. All right. So I think I pissed a lot of people off, but hopefully they will come back and they will listen to the podcast because we're going to be shouting the black churches out that are shouting the black businesses out. Okay. I think we're going to do that this week, or I have another episode that I'm planning. And if you want us to have us some conversation and you want us to talk about specific topics, also email your topic to that same email address that we have for Andrea. The same email address. That email address again is utbpodcastlr@gmail.com. Again, utbpodcastlr@gmail.com. Tristan, do you have any order of business before we get off here tonight? Congratulations on your new birthday
No.
card too. You bought yourself a new birthday card.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah, it
did.
came
Thank
and
you.
I ain't got the ride in it yet. I rode in it, but
But you been busy. You be out. You be gone. By the time that
so
you be
listen, Tristan
gone.
has a brand new birthday car. So if y'all see him in a caddy around the streets, rolling in a caddy, know that I got rich people on the podcast. I got people that's papered up. We driving Cadillacs, we driving Range Rovers. The whole damn crew is
You crazy.
it's papered up. Man, I've lost my voice. I'm trying to get my voice back from screaming in that microphone on last.
Yes, you was
Oh
hollering in
man,
that
it was
microphone.
I was howling. They didn't have the monitors on, so I was talking loud, so I've lost my voice. If we don't have any other where your friend at over there? She's still over there?
I'm his first cousin. I'm
Oh,
first
cousin,
cousin,
not
okay?
friend. All right.
First
Tristan,
cousin.
I'm gonna call you when I get off the air, brother.
I'm screaming. Okay.
Listen, if y'all don't have any further order business, we will see you this Sunday. Same bad time, Tristan. All right, good
Same
night,
back
y'all. We'll
channel.
see you Sunday.
Good night, son.
Had another rough conversation with the voices in your head.